Hello everybody, my name is Erik Teren Mullins, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing. I got a sweet Amiami package delivered to me, and it was shipped using DHL. I can't wait to get this thing open. My country is currently in the midst of a postal strike, and because of this, a lot of my figures are kind of stuck in postage hell. So Amiami didn't give me any option other than to order through DHL. I seriously begged them to ask if I could pay for everything up front, hold on to my package for a month until I have more shipping options available to me, but because of my postal strike, all of the postal services coming into my country are at a standstill, except for DHL, which is, I'd rather it be in postal hell than have to go through hell with DHL. All of that rhymes. For some of you out there that like to use all sorts of different methods to order your figures, I took notes on what I had to go through with this figure. So just to give you an example, a past package that is currently stuck in limbo had these options available to me through Amiami. As you can see, DHL is absurdly, it just makes no sense. It makes no sense how much they're charging. But not only that, they also charge you a bunch of extra fees, which in my country is illegal to do. So I could have gone through the whole song and dance of forcing them to relinquish my package and save myself about 20 bucks, and I'm lucky that it was just $20 this time around. However, they did declare that I paid a certain amount on my package when that's not how much my package cost. We're an extra 10,000 yen, and that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And then for them to end up charging me so much extra after the fact. One thing I will mention is I'm quite surprised at the fact that they only charged 18 and something in fees, where I've literally had it before where I ordered something that was small, 50 bucks, and then they charged me $50 to ship it, and when it showed up they charged me $50 in brokerage fees, which is absurd. And when they showed up at my door, they told me that I wasn't getting my package and they were going to ship it back that day if I didn't pay the 50 bucks up front. So they've done quite a few awful things to me throughout the years, this DHL, and it's not the only company that does this. I've had issues with UPS as well, and on occasion FedEx, though UPS does allow you to self-clear your package online, which saves you tons of money. It's amazing. If you follow my channel, you know that I absolutely love EMS because their brokerage fee is usually a set fee that's 10 bucks or under. It's fantastic. And I will ship through my actual country's channels every now and then. Despite it being a little bit longer, sometimes I can save quite a bit on that. And I don't have the funds to be dropping 17K in total just for shipping. That's ridiculous. That's the price of some of the figures that I get. It's absurd. It's so frustrating that my country's postal service can go on strike in the first place. It's ridiculous because in my country, most of our alcohol is run by the government, and the fact that they were on strike for 2 years and they're legally not allowed to go on a full strike because they're considered semi-essential, but the post office isn't considered semi-essential? What is this? Hey, at least while they're on strike, they can have a couple of drinks, right? Enough with this small rant. It's time to get into this box. I'm going to be using the Bourbon Blade by Bourbon Moth. I'm in no way sponsored by any of these knife companies. I just really like unique knives. The Amiami card. This is one of those rare occasions where I didn't just order figures. I got myself this lovely Azur Nurse Perseus case for cards. It's pretty cute. You have the lovely illustration by Kinkora on the front, on the side. In the back, there's this lovely cutout here so you can see what cards are inside there. And then we have the Azur logo at the top. Velcro. And can it fit my Azur White Schwartz card? She's sleeved, and if I double sleeved her, it would fit in here perfectly, which is exactly what I wanted from an Azur card deck box. Weird that they put the circle there, though. You can't really see her face, but you do get to see the cute little signature, which is nice. And the next thing, another item of oddities. It's a playmat. I have a definite problem with playmats. I don't mean to collect them, I just have so many. And when I saw that this thing was available, especially since it's drawn by my favorite artist, by one of my favorite franchises, I had to get it. I literally have the card, the figure, the box, the exclusive card sleeves. If I missed out on this playmat, I'd be kicking myself. I just love the artwork, what can I say? I don't even really play card games so much anymore. I just don't have the time. I'm always drawing my manga blithe. It has a soft texture to it, but it doesn't feel as soft as some of the playmats I've gotten directly from Japan in the past. I love how they put a paper there to really protect the artwork. And she's so gorgeous! It's fun because I feel like I now officially have the whole collection. On to the next. Ho 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 ho! This is a figure by Animester called Vodka Mirror. I'm not a fan of the names to this series, but I do really love the aesthetic. Robot girls are just freaking awesome. And this is a fully articulated, interchangeable piece swap parting action figure, which is not the usual thing I collect on this channel. I'm definitely going to be reviewing her for sure, but more from a perspective of an anime statue. I'm going to find a perfect epic pose for her, and then go over all the paint applications and quality control put into the visual aspect of the figure, as opposed to necessarily her articulation. So be sure to hit the notification bell if you want to see that one. This is really weird. I'm sure that it makes it transparent afterwards when you... Oh yeah, look at that. Just peel this off. Great protection for the box for those of you that like to keep their things sealed and in minty fresh condition, especially while shipping. Good job, Animester. So in the process of removing this plastic, it turns out that the bottom isn't taped in and some of it goes into the bottom. So anybody could open this figure and you'd never be the wiser. No tape on this clip either. There's also just plastic. So anybody could just open this. You should put some tape, Animester. Just a little bit. That makes something sealed feel like it's actually sealed. She's a 1/9 mecha metal action figure. The front looks lovely without the protective plastic. You get to see the figure very nicely, as well as all of her cool accessories. This is a very nice box. On this side, we have a blued out picture, I guess just for style points. And on the back, we have her in a super cool pose with a whole bunch of product information. And on the top, we have her name and her scale. Let's get her open. She comes with a lovely novel that you get to read. So many pages just talking about her past traumas, the wars she's fought in, the lives she's had to take. And because of this, she finds herself often drinking vodka, staring at herself in the mirror, drowning in the depths of her own sorrow and despair, until she gets called in for action yet once again, where she can put all those frustrations aside, go out and murder herself some monsters and villains and other robot gals. You actually get a miniature screwdriver here, which is pretty nice. Little Phillips head. Everything is decently put in these boxes, with the exception to this little taped on plastic piece right here that's like extra artillery. That base plate is freaking cool. She comes with so many unique little accessories that all plug into her, which is really great. This is also not taped on. For real, the fact that nothing is taped together doesn't really bother me. I know I bought this figure new. But buying her on the secondhand market might be a little stressful for some of you out there just because of this. Especially if you want a mint in box sealed one. You would honestly never know. Oh, it's cool. I thought for sure they'd do something unique like this. I'm thinking you can put most of her accessories in her own stand, which is like... Oh, wow. Very cool. It seems like the joints aren't necessarily the tightest ones, and considering how heavy the rest of this figure is, most probably going to need her stand for her. Regardless, you'll see more of what I have to say about her in my review in the future. And now for the final box of the day. Falre's Nikke Alice figure. Woo! I don't play Nikke. I would like to. There's a bunch of things I like about it. I heard the story was nuts good. Again, the time. So little time. The front of the box, we get a lovely window. You can see the figure. There's a couple little design aspects here and there. Classic Falre logo in the corner. Where we get some little pink and white motifs along the sides. And in the back, we get a simplistic picture of the figure herself. I would have liked maybe an illustration of the character as comparison to be somewhere on here. Perhaps like a zoom in of her super cute face on one of the sides. As far as boxes go, this thing is extremely simplistic. It's basic, right? It's a basic box, and after opening the last box that I just saw by Animester, I kind of feel like I would have liked Falre to put in just a little bit more. However, if this little bit less cuts costs, I'm not going to argue with that. Let's get her open. The inside of the packaging is just a basic white, which I'm a little sad about because I kind of think it's cool that getting the Megatron figure or even my Azur Lane Nurse Perseus, they both came with really cool inserts that I could put behind them in a display that would look really pretty. So, you know, this would have been cool to have some random little Nike stuff on it. She comes with instructions. How to insert her arm and weaponry. What's interesting is that the illustration that we have down near the bottom, they didn't completely draw out her eyes, which makes her look like they're closed and she's kind of happy from a distance or quickly looking at it. And it would have been nice to have an extra faceplate that was doing something cute like that now that I see this. Those illustrations are extremely curvy. This packaging was taped along the outside. Her base plate, which is very lovely, simplistic, but nice. A cute clear pink. That peg looks like a decent peg. I love the pink so much. Let's follow the instructions just to be sure I don't mess it up. The head comes off. Whoa. Wild. They actually have a groove in her left shoulder to be able to plug the sling into. I like that. It's funny because things like that really make you think, well, of course she has that. But at the same time, there are some figures that don't do this. So this gun would be all floppy all over the place. This one won't be once everything's plugged in nicely. Ooh, that looks good. Oh my gosh, treads on the bottom of her shoes. They're so nice. And she plugs in here extremely well. Her foot is actually touching the base. I wasn't 100% sure if it was going to be like that. Very good to prevent against leaning. This is such a cute figure, and I'm extremely excited to do her review. If you're from the future and you'd like to see the reviews of the figures I got today, be sure to check the links in the description below. 2 robot gun gals in one day. This is so funky, especially since look at these little cute ears they both have. It's funny because I don't know anything about Nikke, and I always thought that Alice had like little bunny ears, so I'm not really exactly sure what kind of ears she has here. It almost looks... Well, hold up. I'll talk more about this in my future review. So if you like my video just a little bit, it doesn't cost much to hit that like, smack that subscribe, and to see my future releases and reviews and unboxings, be sure to hit that notification bell. It goes a crazy long way helping support my channel, and I really appreciate it. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Her skin is soft, and it's like real skin? I knew it was going to be like this, but it's a totally different thing having it in hand. Oh my goodness. I know they've been doing this for a while, but this is totally the future.
The future. The future.